I stay high flying through smoke clouds. Smoke clouds, I knew my worth, that's why I spoke loud. Spoke loud, I'm in the ocean, don't rock my boat now. Boat now, so much emotion, come get a quote now. A quote now, I stay high flying through smoke clouds. Smoke clouds, I knew my worth, that's why I spoke loud. I spoke loud, I'm in the ocean, don't rock my boat now. A boat now, so much emotion, come get a quote now. A quote now.
Yeah, I be smoking Vannas, drinking Dom P, thinking beyond deeper than Gandhi. While I'm on the yacht, counting G's, smoking trees. I'm about to be a billionaire, dipped in frizz gear, flicking $100 bills in the air. Bogard and Triangle, they getting money too. It's what we do. Provide for our families like the Kennedys and the Carter's crew. Like Sean and B, rhyme with D. Greatest of the all time, like Mike Tyson, Jordan, Jackson in they prime. Y'all haters still can't take our shine, shine, shine. Like every day of my life, I stay high, floating through them smoke clouds, 3K.
I stay high flying through smoke clouds. Smoke clouds, I knew my worth, that's why I spoke loud. Spoke loud, I'm in the ocean, don't rock my boat now. A boat now, so much emotion, come get a quote now. A quote now, I stay high flying through smoke clouds. Smoke clouds, I knew my worth, that's why I spoke loud. I spoke loud, I'm in the ocean, don't rock my boat now. A boat now, so much emotion, come get a quote now. A quote now. Slow and low like the chorus, smoke a forest like a wildfire. Sip on liquors in between, feeling like a golden child. Going up on some golden suds, rolling up on some potent bud. It's a daily situation where we come from. If you really know what's up, then you would get some. But no knots do not beat the same drum. I prefer cognac, but I will take rum. I prefer IPA, but I will go bud. Anything goes in the San Jose slums. San Jose slums, this shit is better than hot. Man, this shit is well done, done. 808 kick drums make the girlies get done. This is the new drink, it's smoke anthem.
They call Bogard Scott free when they want smoke. I ain't talking about beef, I'm talking about that dope. Shipping out peas, flying elbows. No wrestling, but we off the top rope. Work fresh off the boat, packs on the plane. Then we back on the road, going state to state. Money, pussy, good weed, all I need in life. Call it blasphemous, I get stoned like Jesus Christ. As the Lord he'll vouch that we bout scratch. Who hear the noise, me and my boys pushing loud packs. Getting high till my day ends. Cheaper apes, the day before BGM.
Every day of my life, I get high, I get high. Every day of my life, I get high.
It's beautiful. Scott, Prime. First off, I'm always in pocket. I'm more cocky than arrogant when I rock it. I'm like a funky experiment they concocted. But now I'm kamikaze in the cockpit. Pause. Fuck the game on my cock stiff. Fuck your side and your main for pillow talking. What part of the game is this? Is no code. I can't believe that it came to this. No holds barred, Bogard Scott free. I brought the block. No carbon copy, the one and only we rock. I heard the view is sick, but it's lonely at the top. Push work, steady working against the hands on the clock. I keep my head tilt. Case anybody watching, I ain't trying to get pilled. Case anybody talking, anybody guts spilt. Best believe I'm plotting, best believe blood spilt. Get body, get killed. I'm always on some fuck how you felt. Cause when you push soft, can't be soft like felt. Shining dipped in water like Phelps. Meanwhile, they still crying over spilt milk. Such a shame though. One of the many reasons why me and you ain't the same, no. Go getter, I'm leaving with what I came for. No lactose, milk and shit for the San Ho. Louis.
Yeah, you know, what up though? You got Herb Gotti, Herb the Block, Herb whatever you wanna call me. What's up, Bogard? Here we go. To be the shit on the MIC, it takes more than a dope beat. But goddamn, my man, you fucking did it again. Prime 1 fam, banging from here.
Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 Oh, I thought I had a song or something. Hey! I am Luigi. I almost had to think which one
Uh-oh. Bogey into the Matrix, right as he's giving the intros. Let me get up in here. All right, Real Fantasy Playmakers, back in effect. Bogey will be back here out of the Matrix in a minute. But how about we shout out our man Peacock, who's in the building?
What's up? That's hilarious. All right, great way to start the show tonight.
That was so funny.
First, no music, and then he goes into the Matrix right off the bat. So that's hilarious.
Hell yeah. And making his debut on the Real Fantasy Playmakers, we got our man Stevie B in the house. What up, Stevie?
Good, y'all. What's good?
Hey, shout out to Crispy.
What's up, Crispy?
Marty Song in the house. Bakes a lot in the house. Emil and Phil in the house. What up? All right, I'm seeing, I think what it is, I think it's just the ego. Like, Bogey's got to clean up everything versus, like, leading off. So, yeah, Bogey, he's back out of the Matrix.
Come on! You know I got you! Yeah! One! Break the wall! Break down the walls! Yeah! All right, that's a lot better. Have you guys ever been to the Matrix?
What's that?
You ever been to the Matrix?
A few times. Where the good weed's at, man.
Yeah, the Matrix on weed. It's the only way to go, man.
It's the way to do it.
Whoa. Okay. I was about to say, whoa, that thing's really hitting me hard right now.
Now it's Peacock tripping out.
Now Peacock's in the Matrix.
Are we doing a Matrix off? Is that what we're doing now?
Yeah, Bogey, you think you could go into the Matrix better than others? Peacock's gonna try to show you up, bro.
Hey, listen, bro, just wait. Listen, no one goes into the Matrix right during the intro of a show, though, like I do.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you, yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can come back here.
Yeah. Well, check this out, Playmakers. While our man Peacock figures that out, this is the Real Fantasy Playmakers. We are doing our division breakdown series tonight. We are starting up with the AFC North. What team y'all want to start with, y'all?
Let's go from worst to first. You have the records.
Oh, there you go.
You know who I think is the worst?
Tell me.
Yeah.
Starting off with some fun tonight already.
All
Getting
right,
the juice going.
And Baltimore is probably a little bit worse for fantasy, but I don't know. Deshaun Watson just feels nice leading it off here.
Okay, what's the cutoff? What's the cutoff for Deshaun Watson here? Like, are we doing are we doing Trevor Lawrence or Deshaun?
Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, Jackson or Deshaun?
Close. That's close.
Ooh, okay. What say you?
Who? Lamar?
No, I said that's close between Deshaun and T-Law. Fuck it. Let me go. I'll go T-Law.
Okay. Deshaun or Lamar?
Deshaun for me.
At what's his ADP right now? Do you know?
I mean, they're all in that same range. This is why I'm asking, because they're all smacked together right here.
Lamar's going higher though.
I'll take Lamar. I think Lamar, if he's healthy, has an MVP type season.
Okay, so
I think that's definitely the realm of possibility. He's throwing the ball a lot more.
How about this? Kirk Cousins or Deshaun Watson?
Watson for me, but super close. I have them back to back in my ranking.
I take Cuzzo.
That's super close. That's super close too
I'm
because
taking Cuzzo. He got
Cousins
wet
is typically in the top 10. But don't forget, like Lamar, like was hurt last year. Kyler didn't play. Deshaun didn't play a full season. Like there were some guys that probably would have been there that pushed these guys back a little bit. But I think Kirk is a safe like back end QB1. I mean, easily. I mean, our defense still sucks, so he's gonna be airing it out.
I think I'd probably go out like and party with Watson versus like going out like with like Cousins.
I think in real life, I'd probably like if I'm in a draft, I'd go.
Hello, ladies.
I want to go party with Deshaun. We get to see his entrance music.
You
Right?
think
Everywhere we go.
I was gonna say you think Watson is a comeback player of the year, but it's like CUM, come on back. Come
Oh
on
yeah,
back.
on the
Double
back.
entendre.
And the Antonio Brown Award goes to Deshaun Watson.
That's it.
How many minutes we in the show? This is fun.
Oh man, it's funny. Well, how about here's some other guys who are going around the Deshaun range. How about Dak Prescott?
I will take Dak over Deshaun. I think.
Daiquiri.
Daiquiri.
All like just one huge tier. It's just, they're like all the same. Like
Yeah, but see, but it's trying to figure out where we can get. So how about this? If I'm in the draft and then there's people that are still they're not viewing Watson or how we should. When all those guys go, I'll be happy to get Watson. He's the value.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I like to do is especially in like if you're playing in one QB leagues, you could just wait. You take whoever's there. I mean, if you're playing in Superflex, then I mean, if we're talking Dynasty or redraft, I mean, if we're talking redraft,
I've seen
then
you
yeah,
do it
any one
too.
of those guys, like I'll take any one of them.
How about Justin Fields or Watson?
Justin Fields, I like too. In redraft, I'm a lot more into taking the upside and the risk.
I'll take Watson.
So it's like fuck it. So yeah, I'll take Fields. I'll take the upside there.
I think I might take Watson there. I took Fields last year.
I think Fields is going too high.
Yeah. And this is the fantasy puff pass edition, but this is I mean Deshaun's one of those guys. I mean, he's being viewed as a top 12.
It's like, do you smoke it all to your face or do you pass it? Do you scare it? You know what I mean?
And then in the best ball that we're doing right now, I just took Deshaun at the 2-8, and Lamar went at the 1-6, Fields went at the 1-8, Trevor went at the 1-11, and Dak went at the 2-6.
Okay, here's my next question. How did you feel when you hit draft? Woo! All right.
I need to get like a little toy saxophone to bust out with that.
Can we get a let's get a ballpark number here. Are we giving him 4,000 passing yards? That's easy, right? We're giving
Sure.
him, okay. We're giving him 4,500 passing yards.
I think he's going to eclipse it.
Okay. Tell me more.
Who are you
I mean,
talking
they've
about?
already talked about how it's going to turn more into a passing offense. I mean, really, it's Nick Chubb or bust over there at the at the running back spot, and yeah, I mean, I still think that they might be one of the guys to go out and get Hopkins. I know it might be hard with the cap, but we know that cap can be manipulated.
You know, when it comes to things that are hard and manipulating things, Deshaun Watson knows all about it. Hit the drop.
On Underdog right now, they've got the NFL, the season ones up. So I'm in a bunch of them. But right now they got Deshaun Watson 36-25 passing yards. So I'm easily taking the over on that. So if you play Underdog, fucking go take that shit.
Hey, that's kind of a smash, bro. I think Underdog really believes that Stefanski is going to stick to his Stefanski ways and just run like shit, and open everything up with the play action. But Elijah Moore, and then also that rookie they got over there that's getting some hype, and then and obviously my man Ninja Joku. You know what I'm saying? Because the N stands for ninja. You guys didn't know that, huh? Google it. Anyways, he got some weaponry here. And like, if that Browns defense, if Jim Schwartz, now assuming the defensive coordinator, could turn that defense around, and I think their best bet to unleash Myles Garrett is to be on the other side of the ball, running up the scoreboard.
And they're gonna have to compete just in their division. I mean,
yeah, and their secondary, as much as I love Denzel Ward,
Albert.
I mean, and they brought in our man from the Chiefs, Juan Thornhill.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I think he's definitely an upgrade from John Johnson, but that safety, like, this is why people go over the top on the Browns all the time.
Yeah,
their safety play hasn't been great. They get beat over the top. So
Emil said it. Yep, Stefanski's offense is a run first. And I think it's just one of those things, though, is like, yeah, it's nice to say that they're a run first, because they've been doing it for a while. How many times has he had the highest paid QB, on his offenses? I mean, you don't throw that amount of dough at a QB to not, like, use him at all.
In practice,
Kirk was throwing for 4th hour.
Yeah, easily in Stefanski's offense, right? And he only had Diggs and Kyle Rudolph and Thielen. You know what I mean? Look at Cooper last year. Cooper lightweight balled out, bro.
Yeah, Cooper's like probably Cooper's the only wide receiver or pass catcher on that offense that I'm puffing on. So other than the pause, but other than that, I'm passing on everybody else.
You know what's funny is that in
Elijah Moore's my dude.
In the streets, when they talk about we puffing on someone, that means you killed that motherfucker and he's in a blunt now.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to elaborate on that earlier, but I was like, fuck it.
Elijah Moore. He was with the Jets, right? So he's like the New Jersey Devils reject.
He was with the Jets. Like yeah, he was an early 2nd round pick. I mean, that first season he played well when he wasn't hurt. And then obviously the second season was a shit show. But now he's on a new offense. He gets to play with Deshaun Watson. Speaking of underdog, they've got him. They've got
pause.
They got Elijah.
He gets to catch Watson's balls.
515 yards.
We should do like on Playmakers. We should do a pause score.
Ding, like a counter.
I ain't giving up on Lance yet. I mean, Brock still got to fucking make it through.
The Brock says,
and that's we could have a whole show on Lance Purdy. I mean, that
the Brock says, "Who is this Rudy Poo?"
Yeah, Rudy Poo. There's already been some heated battles on some of these shows about Lance Purdy.
It's my favorite shows.
Those are some of the most highest rated programs we put out.
Oh man.
Okay, so all right.
So let's go down.
Cooper and Elijah Moore.
Well, we puffing or passing on Cooper. Feel like
puffing on Cooper.
A lot of Cooper.
I usually don't.
I'm okay. People be like, bro, this Cooper's fire, bro. I'll be like, I'm good, bro.
I'll hit that.
I'll take your word for it. I just don't be smoking on some pooper scoop that much, bro. Elijah Moore, on the other hand, though, he could be some dope, bro. You know what I mean? And for the low, you know what I mean? Lower, at least. Right? You know what I'm saying? It is a real thing.
But he could always be that Reggie he's always been.
See, the thing that sucks about Cooper, I mean, just going back to the Raiders and the Cowboys and all that shit, he's one of those like legit 50-50 guys. It's like he's either gonna ball out or he's gonna fucking suck.
Cooper or Terry McLaurin.
Give me Terry, and then I'll take Elijah Moore later.
Yeah. Okay. So no Cooper. You just fade. So it's okay to say he's a fade. Like so you fade.
Well, yeah, we're either puffing or passing. I think I'm passing for the price
on the ADP.
Yeah, I could agree with that for sure.
As far as players on the team as a whole, though, he'd be the only pass catcher I'd fuck with.
Okay. Njoku, we'll go around the horn real quick on Njoku. I just pass.
I'll pass because his ADP is rising. I know he was one of my I forgot what it was on one of the episodes a couple weeks ago, But
And I'm puffing on.
There's a lot
I'm
of
puffing on
Njoku believers out there right now.
I'm puffing on on Elijah
A
Moore.
lot of Joku.
On Elijah Moore bag. You feel me?
Yeah, I'll puff on Elijah Moore as well because he's like free. You know, he's just
That Elijah Moore pack.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'll take some. I'll take some
hopefully
all the time.
it's some free good weed. You know, because
Elijah Moore. Okay, here you go. The Elijah Moore pack or the Christian Kirk.
Oh, Christian
Elijah
Kirk. Well, that's not even close though. They're not even
Elijah Moore, bro.
No, but they're not
hate
even
Kirk.
being drafted like anywhere close to the same range.
I'm just saying though. This is where I'm.
But that's one that I'll pass on Kirk and take Elijah Moore later.
See,
Like,
there
I'll
you
take
go.
somebody else.
There you go. See,
I'll still draft.
I don't think.
Yeah, but they're nowhere close. That's not a good. I don't think that was a good.
I think that's the scope that they're going to be viewed in. I think Christian Kirk's the WR4 this year. I think people are going to be like they're going to be severely devastated.
Well, yeah, Kirk's not being drafted as a WR4 though.
I mean, where's he going? Like
he's going right after DeAndre Hopkins and right
He's
before.
not.
So like
84,
okay, yeah. So like 8th round. Yeah. And Elijah Moore's definitely going way later than that. So I'll give you that for sure.
Let me look. Let's see. And actually, I guess Elijah Moore's ADP's been rising because I remember it was in the 200s.
I made a couple phone calls.
He's at 151 right now.
My boy Gibby's ADP starting to rise too, bro. The fucking shit's out the bag now. Everybody's on it. We've been on Gibby.
Yeah. So
You've been on Gibby for
he's
sure.
going, at least ADP wise, he's going right behind Rashad Bateman and Juju, and right above Mingo and Cooks. And
Okay. All right. Here's the piece de resistance for me. I want to know Chubb or who, right? So I mean, throw some names out. Chubb or who? Like where Chubb's a guy.
So the three guys going above him:
Full
Josh
Chubb.
Jacobs, Ken Walker, Travis Etienne.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna front.
Oh,
It's
Jacobs
it's
only.
real thin between Jacobs and Nick Chubb for me.
Yeah.
But I would probably wait on Nick Chubb. I mean, Jacobs goes later though. That's the thing.
Nick Chubb.
Well, I mean, I'm going on sleeper ADP right now. So Jacobs,
I'm gonna take Nick Chubb.
Well, I think the fact that they didn't get
It's the
anybody,
touchdowns.
they didn't draft anybody. He's the only guy there. So
But damn, Josh Jacobs.
he's a touchdown machine. I mean,
Josh Jacobs, right?
He gives me a Chubb. If he can catch like 50 passes, man, imagine. I don't know.
I mean, if you can catch 35.
because of the drama with Josh Jacobs right now, I'll take Nick Chubb over all three of them.
Right. Same.
I just don't know if he's definitely not getting the 2,000 again. That's not happening. But
Yeah, because if we're of the
He ran into
mindset,
the ground. Though.
if we're of the mindset that they're gonna throw more, you know what I mean? We gotta hope that they throw to the running back some, and that be Chubb. I mean, we've seen him take
There's
some.
nobody else there.
he still finishes top 10 every season
For sure.
without catching the football. So now it's a better offense. So
I mean,
he's, he could be the Jamal Williams 17 tutties this year.
Okay, well, okay, here. Okay, how about this? Can Nick Chubb be that this year's Jamal Williams with touchdowns? And when I say this is because that hurt Jared Goff a lot.
Yeah,
Jared Goff was still a QB1, but rushing it down there instead of throwing it, that hurts Jared Goff. Is that going to hurt our Watson?
Marty, we're talking redraft right now.
I think 17 is a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't think he's tracking that.
Because
he had 13.
Look how quietly
He had 13.
how quietly did he have 1,500 yards last year that nobody talked about? Like,
Deshaun's going to get some opportunities in the red zone, and he's going to convert. And
you ain't lying, bro. That's how I invented the Deshaun Watson touchdown celebration. When he runs it in, right? Boom, he runs it in, and then he opens the towel.
Nailed that.
I would say this. I like the Browns offense this year, and I want any piece I can get of it, whether it's Amari, Elijah Moore, Joku, Chubb, or Deshaun Watson. I want one of them.
Okay, so you are the bullish of the gang right now.
I'm bullets. I like the offense.
it.
I mean, what's there not to like about Deshaun Watson, who's been a top 5 QB every single season? I don't think that just went away.
6.
I mean, whatever, top 6, top
The
5,
weather,
top 6.
the weather in Cleveland.
Well,
Could be. It could
shit.
be. I just can't see him being worse than like QB 12. Like I don't see how that could be possible.
I think I might be the most bullish.
I think Nick Chubb could fuck that up for him. I think Nick Chubb, if he takes away a lot of the tugs, I think that could it's a big difference from 25 to 30. What has Deshaun Watson eclipsed before? 30 touchdowns before passing?
30,
right?
No,
Somebody's got to look it up.
Maybe close.
He's
like
never
27.
eclipsed 30.
It was like 27, maybe.
Oh, but he had a handful of rushing, but still, so he did eclipse 30.
Hold on, let me double check this.
I mean, because
I should know, but I really don't.
Yeah, 33. 33 was his highest.
Okay, there you go. I was about to say, I know he went over 30. We're in the building. Let's go.
And that was for 4,800.
Let's fucking go.
And that was back when there was only 16 games. 4,800.
I think I might be the most bullish on Chubb. I mean, out of a lot of people, because really,
I'm bullish on Chubb too. Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, I got him. I mean, we got CMC and we got Eckler, and I mean, shit. Like even just right now, like I almost don't want to put Bijan like above Nick Chubb, but that's even where I'm at. Where like Nick Chubb and Bijan are like 3 and 4 for me right now for redraft.
I think another thing just to point out with Deshaun Watson is like that the Texans teams he was on, like they weren't that good. Like, so it's not like
he had DeAndre
that
Hopkins.
much worse. He did, but even after DeAndre Hopkins, that last season when he didn't with Cooks and the fuck was his name? The fast guy, Fuller.
Yeah,
right?
Kid said Watson isn't throwing to Hopkins, but that's the thing though, like Watson is a really good fucking quarterback, and he's really accurate. He can throw on the run. He can run as well to extend the plays. Like, I mean, he's a fucking amazing like talent. Just because he did all the bullshit, you know, and we haven't really seen him play in a couple years. Kind of like we forgot how good he actually is.
He's a high IQ guy too. I don't know if you've ever heard him like really talk about shit and break shit down, but he's a smart dude too. On top of that,
Yeah,
we're talking about Watson, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, this is how smart.
How many
Watson
people
is.
beat Bama on the big stage? Like he.
You want to know how smart Watson is? He said, "Give me the money, Houston." Then he said, "I don't want to be here no more, Houston." And then he said, "Oh no, Houston, you know my dark secret." Okay, Browns, Cleveland, give me all the money, Cleveland. Then it's like, okay, Cleveland, thank you for the money. Pay all the settlements, lawyer. Boom, his man's a fucking winner. Damn, that guy took it to the house. I mean, that's incredible, right?
Yeah.
Listen, he's a piece of shit. And that doesn't, so is Joe Mixon, so is Tyreek Hill. In fantasy, we don't give a fuck, bro. You got to be able to compartmentalize certain things. It's not like DeMar Hamlin things happen all the time where you got to worry about these guys' actual livelihood, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I hate to sound insensitive like that, but it is what it is. This is why his ADP is low as it is. It's because people don't want to fuck with Watson.
yeah. I mean that in 2020 he wasn't throwing a D hop, and he threw for almost 5 thou when they only played 16 games
with Will
back then.
Fuller.
With Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks. I mean,
Fuller.
But that's why, like, I mean, people really forgot like how good he is. Like, but every year that whenever he has been healthy, he's been a top 10 QB.
Top 6.
6.
Yeah.
Let's be clear about this. Okay, what's the next team?
Baltimore.
Okay. Go ahead. We'll let our guests set this one off. Who do you want to highlight first? You know what I mean? It's on you.
Baltimore?
Dealer's choice.
In Baltimore, you're saying?
Yeah.
I guess we'll start it off with the controversy of J.K. Dobbins and not having the contract. But yeah, J.K. Dobbins is a guy that I'm huge on this year. And he's shown on one fucking knee what he can do when he actually plays. I mean, he barely played, 50% of the snaps, and he still produces when he's on the field. So if he's healthy, I mean, shit.
I'm with you.
I love it.
Here, you know what? I'm with you all the way because the ADP is built in that people are scared of him because he's coming off the ACL, but he's year removed.
ADP 59.
See, okay, so he's still pretty high. This got to drop him a little bit, but this is concerning if he's not going to start getting into conditioning and stuff like that, like right now, because that is a real thing. Like Debo last year held out during this time of year, and then it showed on the field. You know what I mean? Whether he was healthy or not. and this guy is coming off this ACL. So it, some little concerns, but it's built into the ADP to be a little bit of risk avert. It's really like who are we taking him over, right? But what do you think of Dobbins right here, Huss?
I'll be right back.
Do you think?
So in a recent dynasty draft startup I was just in, I got J.K. Dobbins at the 802.
That's nasty right there. And this is the super flex.
Yeah, super flex. Yeah, start 10.
I do. I think he'll drop a little further even too. You know what I mean? I think this is time that we can buy him in dynasty, and then in redraft, I think he just continues to fall. Like I think he'll be there by training camp.
Think of it this way: they like J.K. Dobbins. They brought back Gus Edwards. He had to take a pay cut in order to come back. They didn't draft anybody. They didn't bring anybody in. So I expect J.K. to even get a little bit of passing work. Also, I mean, there's nobody there.
Do you remember how he tore his ACL?
No, how did he tear his ACL? I don't remember.
It was in the preseason, and they were talking about how much they want to give him an uptick in the passing game. Okay. And he tore his ACL getting a screen.
I think I remember now. Okay.
He caught a screen pass and just went down. It's like they were trying to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm with you. I
like JK. And they're saying they're going to pass more. So, I mean, he doesn't have to get a ton of receptions, but he's going to get a good amount of groundwork. He's going to get red zone work. Of course, Lamar is going to take some touchdowns away, but JK's still been able to produce touchdowns, like even with that. So, a couple games last year. I mean, how he was hobbling, down the field where he could have had these breakout runs, but he wound up getting caught from behind because he couldn't fucking run. But yeah, I like Dobbins. I like Dobbins a lot this year.
I mean, shout out to him trying to get his bread, but damn, they ain't not finna give him no bread like that.
Yeah, we're puffing on JK.
Yeah, I am puffing on the JK.
Fields over Watson. Yeah, I agree. I got Fields over Watson for
taking Watson over Fields. I'm not paying.
No, now Bogey's in the Matrix. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to pay for Fields, like that's the thing is like I don't really want to pay for Fields either, but I mean in redraft, like I'm all for going for the upside. Like fuck it, it's one season, I'll take the upside. Dynasty a little bit different. I want Watson over Fields in Dynasty. Who you think is under more pressure to perform? Watson or Russ? I think wow, that's a tough one. I think Russ because you got Sean Payton there now, and we expect him to not be as bad as he was. I mean, I think we all expect Watson to be a little bit better. I don't think we expect him to be, well, for the most people anyway. Don't expect him to be amazing, but I think that we need to see something from Russ because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't draft Deshaun because of karma. Yeah, I mean, listen, we play fantasy. That's what it's about. I mean, what these guys do in their personal life, I'm not saying that I like them personally just because I got them in my squad, but fantasy's fantasy. Fuck it. On Fields. Yeah, I mean, I would hope he progresses as a passer. I mean, he doesn't even have to progress like crazy much. I mean, you got at least DJ Moore coming there now. He's got to obviously be better, but I mean, if he's going to continue to run the football and run for like 1,000 yards, then I don't know. But he's definitely got to progress if they want to actually start winning. I mean, yeah, he ran for 1,000 yards, but they didn't win a ton of games. I mean, because my lighter. Zay Flowers. I really like Zay Flowers. I think he's the future of that team. This year, I mean, you would hope that OBJ stays healthy, but I mean, what's the chances of that? I'm not betting on it. So I'm sliding OBJ. I mean, how many games is he actually going to give us? I don't know. I do like Zay Flowers, end of the bunch. I like Bateman as well, but he's still injured, coming off of injury. I mean, so yeah, if I've got to bet on one of them, I would Zay Flowers. I'm not sure what his ADP is like right now in redraft, but
I think Zay Flowers is a great flex.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
back.
I'll
Zay
definitely take
Flowers.
I'll
Let's see
definitely
where
take a
he's at
shot on him.
ADP wise on Sleeper.
And yeah, who's going around him?
So ADP 126. Deontay Johnson, Kadarius Toney, Mike Williams are the three above him. Tyler Lockett, Gabe Davis, and Juju are the three going below him right now.
I'll probably just take the chance on Zay, right?
No, I think I'm taking Deontay and Mike Williams.
Oh, you said Deontay Johnson's in there? Oh,
yeah,
I'll take
I'm taking Deontay easily.
He's like, I mean, his ADP is 115, so I guess he's like the round before, technically, but
yeah, I'll take Deontay.
Yeah, my bad. I got plunged into the matrix on that one because my girl, the doctor said don't do anything, so she's doing nothing except for ordering me around. You know what I mean? I'm like, listen, I'm already doing all of it. Relax. Anyways,
that's
before I was really interrupted. And thank you, CVP. You hold it down with the best of them.
Ha, Carl, I don't know if you guys saw this. Carl said, if you dropped your blunt in manure, would you pick it up and smoke it?
I mean,
do I have more? Can I roll up more?
Am I smoking a blunt? Hold on. Am I smoking a blunt with Biff Tannen? Because then it's like, hey, we're just gonna have to deal with it. You know what I mean?
I can't smoke shit. That's fucking. I'll probably throw up, bro. Can't smoke shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, you got. I guess I gotta be like, like 14 years old, and this is like the most super duper fire that we've ever came across, and it just happened to get dropped in some shit right after we bought it or something. Like, you know what I mean? I mean. The first time I ever ate shrooms, it smelled like straight up shit. It was shrooms from some shit, for real. You know what I mean? Some cow shit. So, but we weren't eating it for the taste, were we? You know what I mean? Good thing I didn't get sick now that I think about it. That's kind of gross.
Yeah. I mean, we eat shrooms like out of it, but I mean, shit, like it's one of those things. Like I cannot handle like any kind of like hint of that taste or nothing. I always got to have it mixed in with some food. And Carl said, no, it was your last one. It would never be the last one. Trust me. What else you guys talk about from the Ravens? Any other players?
That was it. You caught up. I got
about JK. Talked about JK a little bit. We didn't talk about Lamar yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say Lamar.
Or Andrews.
I mean, shit, like, okay. And it's really, are we puffing on Lamar at ADP 8? So, I mean, right now, he's going right after, I mean, at least as far as sleeper goes right now, he's going right after the top 4 teams.
Superflex redraft. Superflex redraft. You're on the clock. 8 overall. Lamar Jackson's there. Jefferson and Chase is there. Are you taking Lamar? All the QBs went straight QBs.
In our style, I'm taking Lamar.
Taking Lamar too. I like I said, I think he could be an MVP candidate this season. So yeah, I'm on the Lamar train. No, we should have never been off of it. I mean, I don't know whoever it was off. I don't know why. I mean, obviously he's been injured, so that's obviously a big thing. But I mean, we know what he can do. I mean, all of a sudden people hated him. They didn't know what was going to happen with the Ravens, and now he's back with the Ravens. Like,
well, I think a lot of it's having to track him at his ceiling, right? That's why people might be hating on him.
Yeah, but when we're playing redraft, I mean, you got to go for the gusto. I mean,
oh yeah.
OBJ, you buffing them? Pause.
Passing.
Who?
OBJ.
Nah, pass on OBJ.
In a redraft, I'll take him dumbass. Like I'm taking it. I'm taking like an awkward stance. I had to say awkward.
I mean, yeah.
I'm taking an awkward stance.
I'll take him crazy
here.
late, but
I think he's. I think he could be similar to an Antonio Brown, like later in his career with Brady. And I'm not saying like.
But it's, I mean, it's the crazy late part that you're saying. So, I mean, his ADP is 180. So, I guess that is pretty late. I mean, he's going
around there
behind Jacoby Myers and Cortland Sutton and above.
I'm taking him over all of them.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Bateman, pass.
Passing.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Don't fall for the bait, man.
Long passing on the OBJ. And yeah, definitely, kid. Lamar has top 5 points overall potential for sure.
Man, he has
overall
potential.
I mean, we've seen him throw for 35 plus touchdowns, as well, in addition to the rushing. like type shit. So I seen it.
Okay. Mark Andrews, what are we doing here? No more Greg Roman system. Greg Roman's offense. The point man was the tight end. I mean, this goes all the way back to his time with the Niners when Vernon Davis was fantasy viable as fuck. Even when you go back to his little stint with Buffalo when Greg Roman was the OC over there, you had guys like Charles Clay was like had some big weeks. Even fucking O'Shaughnessy or whatever his name was. You know what I mean? The fucking that Irish dude.
Yeah,
I'm sure, right?
I'm for sure passing.
But it's just a completely different system now.
His ADP's 35 right now. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to get him in the top 3-4 rounds. Like, I don't know. I don't want any piece.
Yeah, it's rough to go tight end early.
you're in a tight end league. You need to start a tight end.
Yeah, see, and I guess that's where it gets a little different. If you're,
I'd rather take Kittle over Mark instead of Mark Andrews.
I'm not
I
doing
mean,
that.
right now Hawkinson's, going like almost.
I'd rather take a guy who's featured in. I'd rather take a guy where the tight end's still featured versus like Mark. What's his name? What is the new OC's name? He came over from Georgia, but he was also with Cleveland for a while prior to going to Georgia to be their OC. Yeah, I know this guy's name, but I'm loaded.
Ooh, the offensive coordinator of the Ravens?
Yeah, Todd Munns. There you go.
Munkin or something?
Yeah, Todd Munns or something like that. Munkin. Yeah, he might be right.
Munkin.
But it's definitely Todd. He's definitely a Todd.
Yeah, and I mean, Kidda said I'll take Pitts in round 9. I mean, he's going maybe in round 9 in our circles, but I mean, on ADP wise, I mean, he's going 42 as far as like sleeper goes right now. So I mean, it's because I mean, we don't play in leagues with tight ends. We have it as like the flex spot. So I think a lot of tight ends will go later because of that, just for our league specifically.
Okay, and okay, the Fields Lamar argument, because early on in the offseason, people were taking Fields over him. It's probably because Lamar was like trying to get his money, and that was kind of affecting the ADP. But yeah, well, I'm taking Lamar.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Steelers.
I guess it's like Herbert or T-Law. Like that's what it would come down to with Lamar for as where he's kind of going.
Okay. T-Law, Herbert, or Lamar? Order them.
I'm taking both over Lamar.
Okay, I'm with you. I actually in a redraft in a single QB, if I'm waiting, and Lamar is actually a guy when I'm not waiting like late. You know what I mean? I'd probably take him just because of the rushing upside. Single, not even single QB. Yeah, actually, I had to say single QB. That's the only way he falls. You know
yeah. His ADP's 8 right now.
I don't even play the single QB. What the fuck am I talking about?
Hey, what up, Gemmo? Gemmo said he's puffing on Lamar. Said he loves him.
What up, Icon? I was trying to tune into the show when I was cooking, and then I have all these kids that just come from everywhere like ninjas attacking me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Marty said I'm taking Hawk over Andrews for sure. Me too. I'm a little surprised that Hawk's ADP right now is lower than even Kyle Pitts, and he's as QB.
People don't respect Kirk Cousins. That's why.
Yeah,
people are sleeping. Hawk had what do you have? 60 catches with the Vikings in 10 games.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
That's a lot, bro. Okay.
And Gemmo said, "Cheers, Gemmos."
Icon. Icon, hey, you want me to say? Put it if you want me to send you the link. I'll send you right now. I'd love to have you on, man.
Song said he's taking Kittle over Andrews. Yeah,
let's go, Song. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the gang.
Is that everyone on the Ravens? We jump in to the next team.
Everybody. That's everybody. We're moving on we're moving on swimmingly, aren't we?
Yeah. Should we go to the Steelers?
Steelers, baby.
Let's see.
What say you? Let's just start with Kenny Pickett. Like, he's like a super flex only kind of guy for me. But like, he's like He's like a third QB target type, or if I'm waiting, he's my second QB to have in a super flex if I'm waiting, right? I guess the question is like, who, like, you know, who? Like, okay, well, how about this, Ritter or Pickett?
Pickett.
I'm on Ritter.
Mm.
Oh, Ritter, me.
Pickett's going right after Rodgers and Geno. I mean, a little bit later. They're not like same round or anything. And right above Russ Wilson and Jordan Love, ADP wise.
Okay,
I think, yeah, I don't know. I think the thing with Ritter for me is that team is like not that bad, and if Ritter like is not
he
playing
just has
well,
to drive
like
the car.
I think Heineke will sling that bitch.
Yeah, you like that. You like that. I like how you're always consistent with your stance.
To Pitts in London. So I think that of course that's a possibility, but I don't know like what Ritter's like true upside is. Like he's not like a
Nobody
great
knows,
rushing
man.
QB.
He's John
So
Ritter's
that's the thing that's
estranged
weird
nephew.
about it, bro. And
He's
so
the son of John Ritter.
I'll take the chance of Pickett taking the next step up.
Yeah, but the thing about Pickett and Ritter is they're not really being drafted like anywhere close to like the same range. So you wouldn't necessarily.
People shit on Ritter.
Well, I mean, he's just not getting drafted like that right now. I mean, he's getting drafted, but
yeah, maybe
I mean,
it's because
his ADP in Superflex is 222 right now. I mean, in our drafts, I mean, we see him going. I've seen him go as early as like the 7th or 8th, but that was pretty rare. He's usually like around 9th, 10th, 11th. Like,
yeah, I've been snatching him off 10 and 11.
Let me say this though about Ritter, and especially that offense is good. I mean, there's a chance that Bijan is holding them down. He's got London, he's got Pitts. They're running off the play action. I mean, and they're doing their thing. Like, there's a world where Ritter is decent enough to play well with the weapons that he has around him. So, I mean, that is in the cards. I don't know, how good of a probability that is with Ritter. I don't know.
We have a special guest in the house. Gemma, what do you think?
And Emil said Ritter went crazy at Cincy. I mean, that's what's crazy though. Like almost like how many QBs get drafted into the NFL that like didn't go crazy at one point in college?
Yeah, man. I just want to say.
I mean, the other thing is Ritter only played. How many games did Ritter play last year? 4. I mean, Pickett's already been through a whole season.
He's played double. How much did Pickett play? 12 games?
I think it was 12. I'm pretty sure.
He played almost more of a whole season. So I feel like he can take that next step up where Ritter just hasn't seen as much action yet. So he could make more mistakes. And he's a player that they didn't really invest in. So he doesn't have a long leash. He's got a short leash. Like,
did we ever think Ryan Tannehill any kind of good?
Tannehill? I mean, he was a first round pick.
He was okay with AJ Brown, right? I mean, that was
right. Okay, but even before, I like where Stevie B was going when he was drafted to Miami. Was he any kind of good?
I mean, he was okay. But he's a guy that he's not going to make.
But when he got traded, when he got traded to the Titans. And it was Arthur Smith running the show as far as offense, right? Because you have Mike Vrabel, defensive-minded head coach. He definitely chose Tannehill over. He definitely chose Tannehill over Mariota. I was trying to remember that goddamn name because the lights went out and all of a sudden my thought process went out. Right? Okay.
Yeah, Emil said Tannehill.
Did Arthur Smith not choose Desmond Ritter over whoever he could have took? Who was available 7 overall?
Will Levis?
How about this? Even in the draft, they drafted Desmond Ritter, right? When did they draft him? Last year?
3rd round.
Right? Yeah.
They're in the 1st round. Where were they at? Like, could they have drafted a QB? Were they in range? Because I know the year prior they drafted.
When did they get Drake London? Wasn't he? He was like.
7. Yeah, that's right. Drake London was a top 10.
Drake London was, I think, pick 8.
Yep. Yeah. See, there you go. So they take London. Later on, they take Ritter. Then they get a look at Ritter, small as it is. Pause. But then they then like Arthur Smith chose to start Tannehill over Mariota, he chose to stay with Ritter and not target a QB here when they could have moved up easily, or at 7 overall. They drafted.
Yeah, but then they did bring over Heineke though, right? That is still a move to bring over.
But I mean, but Heineke's not getting Heineke early on, even when they brought him over. What did they say? They said Ritter's our guy. They've been pretty. I like to see. Now we're talking about how many months we've been in since after the Super Bowl. They've always been on Ritter. I'm just saying, like, Ritter is a guy who's going to get a solid shot. I think it's really got to be injury for Heineke to come on. That's the only way Heineke ever came on before. And the only reason Heineke got a shot here is because he overexceeded expectation with Washington, and the only reason Washington brought him over is because it was the same regime that drafted him to Carolina. That was their coaching, the Riverboat Ron and fucking Scott Turner regime. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying you're wrong about Ritter. The thing with the spot where I think you're wrong is the injury, because I feel like Heineke could lose it if he's the one out there losing games. Like that's what.
Oh, you mean Ritter? You mean Ritter can lose it?
Ritter, yeah. If he's out there throwing interceptions, if he's fumbling, if he's making big mistakes in the fourth quarter, because I mean,
I'm with you there. That goes for any QB, right? Unless maybe not
necessarily.
I mean, I think he's got I bet he has like
short leash. Okay, I will say that.
50%, I feel like is his leash, because I mean they gave Heineke 2 years for $14 million. Like that's like a backup that you almost expect to compete for the job.
Heineke. This is why I like Heineke, because it says a lot when you choose professions. And after football, what he was doing when he got the call to go to Washington, I think he was selling insurance. Man, he's becoming one of the greatest insurance plans for these organizations. You know what I mean? So I would say that if you're gonna have some Ritter, I guess go get you some. We're not even on Ritter right now, right? I'm just comparing him because I'd rather have Ritter than goddamn Pickett.
I mean, Tannehill is not an amazing quarterback. He's not a guy that's going to make guys better. But if you give him weapons, he can get them the ball. I mean, like Jimmy G, he can get guys the ball. He's not going to be amazing.
He went crazy with Arthur Smith back in 2019 and 2020. Like that, and I don't think Tannehill's any kind of good for real. Like, you know what I mean? He's a receiver converted to quarterback, so he knows exactly where receivers like the ball and stuff like that. That's cool. But otherwise, he's really only been good with Arthur Smith. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like, I guess that's my only argument. That's kind of a whack argument. But that's my only argument, is that if anyone thought Tannehill was any kind of good, because I don't think anyone does, he balled out with Arthur Smith. You know what I mean? And they got way more weapons than they did in Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
So Tannehill's a receiver turned quarterback. I know.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually works better the other way around. The quarterbacks who turn receiver.
Except for Terrell Pryor.
It's crazy that he was good enough to play, QB, and then but not good enough to withhold that spot for too long. That's for sure.
You know what? He was something though. He fucking
1,000 yards,
didn't he?
That 1 year, right?
That's crazy. And he what did he run? Did he run for that? How many yards did he throw for that one season? He quarterbacked, or what did he run for?
Let me see. Where is it? Let's see. So the 1 year where he played the most games was pretty much 1,800 that he threw for, and let's see, what was his rushing like though? And then he ran for 500 that year. And then, but in 2016, he went for 1,000 and 4 TDs.
So he threw for over 1,000 yards, and he had receiving over 1,000 yards. He's an athlete.
Yeah, that's an interesting feat. I wonder how many Like, I doubt there's any other quarterback that's ever done that. A quarterback that's
there's
thrown.
nobody. There's nobody else that's ever done that.
No. See, Bogey, we can't even hate on Terrell Pryor anymore. Like, what other QB, someone who's like thrown for
His
7?
name is Julian fucking Edelman.
But Julian Edelman's never thrown for 1,700 yards in a season in the NFL.
But I bet you he's thrown as close to as many touchdowns as Terrell Pryor has. Let me see.
Maybe.
Let me see,
He's
bro.
only thrown 9 touchdowns.
Okay, how many has Julian Edelman thrown? 4?
Let's see.
Him and Amendola have like a handful. I might be combining the two in my memory.
Let's see. Where's the pass?
I love making the dumbass arguments, bro. I'm like the best at the dumbass arguments.
He's only thrown one touchdown
Let's
pass.
fucking go. He only has 8 more than him, bro.
Oh God.
And Marty said Taysom Hill probably the closest thing. Yeah, well, I mean, let's see what's the most.
No,
Taysom-
not receiving. Not receiving. Maybe.
Tannehill's the king, like in reverse, right? Like, or actually, Tannehill's receiver converted QB. We're talking about QBs converted to receiver. I mean,
Yeah,
Logan
it's not even close. The most. Well, I mean, I guess it is like halfway there. The most that Taysom's thrown is 900. So, but
So this is. Hold on, let me
Not
get this
that
straight.
well.
Hold on, let me get
Not
this
a Bow
straight.
Wow.
This is how we're making Terrell Pryor look good. We're like, well, he's the only QB.
He threw for 1,800, and he was a receiver in the NFL for over 1,000 yards.
Hey, Red, let's
A quarterback.
go.
And Julian Carl said, who threw more touchdowns, Edelman or Randall L? Let's see.
It's got to be Randall L. I mean, because
Randall L was my dude, too. I like
apparently.
Randall
And
L.
it was against the Ravens. I remember that touchdown.
Emil, do not pay 2 firsts for DK Metcalf. Please don't do that.
Mm-mm. I think he came back asking us yesterday if he could pay a first for him. I said I would. But now
You
he
pay
thinks-
a first, not
Yeah, he needs to
2.
come back
Not a
paying 2.
second. Or
Definitely not 2.
I'll pay a 1 and a 3. Give it to me.
If you're gonna pay 2, then you might as well go after JSN.
I'll pay a 1 and a 2. Fuck it. Give me.
Damn, Randall L has thrown 6 touchdowns in his career. One year he threw 2 touchdowns in the same year.
All right, we're getting into the random segment of the show, right? We're gonna switch gears just for a second before
Who are we talking about? Shit.
I need to know who has thrown the most touchdowns from a non-QB position in the league. Like who is this?
So LT threw 7.
Okay. So he has the most for running backs, or is this the most?
I don't know.
Non-skill.
Let's see.
It's fun to know these things because I swear to God, I might be in the airport.
Oh, it's Sweetness.
Word.
It's Sweetness. Let me see.
Walter Payton. Okay.
Let's see how many he threw.
Give me 10.
8.
Oh yeah, it had to be one more.
Oh, one more than LT.
Hey, LT just thought you were the greatest. Okay. All right, that's cool. That's great information to know. I might need to know that. You know what I mean? Don't get me into trivia and I know these things. I'm armed now. All right. George Pickens. I mean, I know for CVB it's a pass, but I love when you elaborate why he's a pass though.
Because he's just I don't know if he's that good. I mean, you can look at it. You can look at it 2 ways. Number one, his target share is like 15%, which is garbage, and he played the whole season. Number 2, he just doesn't get separation. He doesn't get separation on routes. He's not getting open, which is why you see him making these crazy catches because he's just not getting open. And Deontay is still going to have 150 targets. Yeah, I mean, give me Deontay, who's going crazy late at a value over Pickens. I mean, but then you can look at it the other way and say, okay, but Pickens ran a shit ton of 9 routes. Like, what the fuck was that? They got to get him kind of doing some more things instead.
Yeah, where was he at an air yard? I never looked up his air yards.
Instead of running these deep routes. So yeah, I mean, you could look at it that way too, and say, you know, the offense needs to do better. They need to do a better job of trying to get him the football. So I mean, and yeah, so it's tough. It's tough to say. But I'll just pass because I don't want to take that risk. I'd rather you know take the risk on somebody else.
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
just take
if we have two wide receivers on the same team, and one of them is viewed as like a wide receiver one type, and one of them is viewed as a wide receiver two type, I'm usually gonna just spend down and get the one who I think is the wide receiver two type. They're probably gonna outperform their ADP, and yeah, where Deontay Johnson's being drafted compared to George Pickens, I'm puffing on Deontay and I'm passing on Pickens for that reason.
feel
You
that.
know, there's no way I would ever have George Pickens in a redraft because he doesn't fall farther than I would want him to. Like, where's this range right now? Give me some players.
His ADP is 65.
Okay.
He's
Yeah, I don't
going
like that. Give me some
right-
players going around.
He's going right behind DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, Terry McLaurin, Calvin Ridley, and going right above JSN, Ayuk, the Pooper Scooper, Chris Godwin. I mean, I'd take.
I take all of them over him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
pretty much.
That's a crazy world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is crazy world, bro.
he's going way too high. I mean, the hype is just insane on him going into his sophomore year. And look at, I mean, I could think of a couple examples of this. How about Debo Ayuk? Remember Ayuk going into his sophomore year, hella more valued than Debo.
And everybody was off Debo because of injuries and whatnot.
Yeah, I know. I was one of, and Bogey was too.
2020 fucking one.
We'd rather take him later because he's still going to be doing his thing. And then, I mean, even Chase and Higgins, like last year, I like just where you have to get Chase. I said I'd rather take Higgins, and I had way more Higgins, than Chase because it's actually possible to get him. And he outperformed again his year before and outperformed his ADP for sure. And I would just rather have the second guy.
I mean, Higgins was wide receiver, 13 in fantasy points per game. I mean, 15.6 full PPR.
Yeah, I was gonna say 15 plus is his career.
Mm-hmm.
It's his career per game. It's a per game basis stat.
Game, yeah.
But damn it, I love per game is my favorite, bro. Because you know why? I don't like to account injuries. So and good players tend to get injured. So or any player, right? So I always look to per game basis, like when he was healthy, how bad of a motherfucker was he on the planet?
Yeah, I see him as at least what I'm looking at 1.0, 19. But I mean, shit, the difference between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We got to bust out the black bag on this one.
The difference between 19 and 13 or whatever was like 10 points.
It'll be crazy if they don't want to pay Higgins and they fucking trade Higgins to Buffalo.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
But see, it's conference, interconference. That's the thing. And these guys are like, they're destined to go to war. Those 4. I'll still even respect Herb. Actually, I'm not gonna put Herbert in the mix because he's in the same division as Mahomes, but they're destined to go to war forever, right? Right? The Josh Allen, fucking Joe Burrow, Mahomes. That they're all going to war forever. So that's my only argument against that. I mean, who's to say they won't give them the whole entire bag, right?
They need you, man. Yeah, I mean you draft him as the number one pick in the second round. Like,
I mean, he's free after this year. He's walking after this year, unless they have. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing with second round draft capital. Like, do they have the rights? Like, the 4 years.
No. It's still the 4 years, but that's it.
They don't have the rights or anything. Like, how sometimes they have that shit.
No,
I mean, Burrow's saying he'll take less money so that there's more money to go around, but I don't. I
told Higgins, bro, I'll give him a couple of dollars. I said,
that means Higgins and Chase are going to have to both take team-friendly deals too. Everybody's got to sacrifice.
Not necessarily, because it's not happening in the same year. Like, that's the thing. Like, I mean, we talked about it on one of the shows earlier. Is that Chase might get pushed all the way out to his 5th year, just like Joe Burrow is on the brink of that and all that shit.
Well,
Just
that-
I'm 100% on board with that. Is that Chase is going to play out the rest of his shit. I said that earlier this morning, but you know why I say that is because he already had an injury that took him off the field. That gives them, the team, the organization, all the leverage. Nick Bosa, is he's not one of the greatest right fucking now?
Yeah.
But the fact that he already had an injury as substantial as it was at ACL, and he still came back and produced. Why? And you know what I'm saying? Why aren't they trying to break the bank on him? They had to make sure he proves it all the fucking way. You know what I mean? Even to the point that they're saying that last year they said, we'll pick up your 5th year. He's going into this year fully knowing that they're going to give me a bag. I'm getting $15 million regardless. I'm Nick Bosa. That's my 5th year deal.
Well, these guys don't want bullshit deals either. Because if they were okay getting a bullshit deal, like, yeah, they signed.
They would have took it already.
Yeah.
Well, I think they got to have that understanding. Like Chase has got to understand he can't ask for his money early if they're going to try and work this out where all 3 of them are together.
Right.
You know, like if Chase goes for
if
Chase goes for 1,800 this year and it's like, fuck that, I'm holding out. Like then now they got to pay both of these guys, like all 3 of these guys. Like,
can somebody
But
Google
they
that?
have 2 years longer on Chase. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, and somebody Google it in the chat right now. When's the next time the cap goes up? Because it went up enough.
It'll go up again.
Yeah, it's gonna go up again.
They're going up every year because they got the new TV rights.
I think it goes up like 4%, or I forget what it was.
And what if Chase wants it a year early? Even if he doesn't ask for it next year,
but that would work for the organization. Though.
Is that going to work out? Can they do it that 5th year, or do they have to wait
it's going to be Chase getting his deal before Burrow because like Burrow's got the 5th year. You know, they could wait the extra year if they really wanted to, and then
this is Burrow's 5th year, right? Or no, they had to tell him they're picking up his 5th year.
Yeah,
because he's going into year number 4.
Exactly.
When they're going into year 4 and you're a first rounder, you have to let them know before year 4 starts that you're picking it up or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, if like Higgins, he's the one up, right?
Because he's a 2nd rounder.
This is his 4th year. Like, he's gonna be out of a contract.
It's his contract year.
Yeah. So next year, if they do it with Burrow, then they have to pick up Chase's 5th year option for the next year, and then it would be the year after that.
I smell a mid-season.
Work out that way though, because a lot of the times with these contracts, they push it years out, right? So it doesn't affect so much like that first year or two. So is that going to affect it?
They give them
they're trying to get all the money they can out of their rookie contracts because all these guys deserve the bag.
And like maybe someone that's interesting. Maybe someone can Google that. What is Chase 5th year guarantee? Because when you get into your 5th year as a first round rookie,
it's gonna be like a 15 probably.
It's fully guaranteed when you get to the 5th year. But that's why they have to let you know going into year number 4 whether or not they're going to pick up your 5th year option. Because the PA, the Players Association, and the NFL, they came to an agreement like almost a decade ago that because the rookie deals were like getting wonky. They're like, listen, no matter what though, if you get
it's capped, but it's guaranteed.
It's fully guaranteed.
Yeah,
that's why so many guys get cut.
He's only getting 10. Like, I mean, just shy.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's gonna want this extension could be even more. But now that'll fuck Higgins up, bro. You know what I mean? Like
that's what it comes down to. Do they really want to keep this band together? Because everyone has to be patient.
This year is important for Chase. He needs to ball out this year and not get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if he doesn't get hurt, then he could demand that, and then they will always choose Chase over Higgins if it came to that. That's what's sad here.
I mean, they paid up for him. I mean, shit, fucking 6th overall pick.
The Chase Burrow is way better than the Tua Waddle and the Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, because that was the era of like, let's get our guys with our guys, right?
Yeah.
Who was their guy? Let's get him with our guy. You know what I mean?
What up, Real Deal Prime? For
What up,
sure.
huh?
Definitely that way. They got to keep Higgins, though. Like, I mean, they have to. Like, he's done nothing but ball ever since they drafted him.
Okay, so I want to see what your temperature. I want to get a temperature check on y'all with Higgins or who. So
let me bring up let me bring up the ADP.
Because Chase is we're all puffing on some Chase, and we're all puffing on Higgins too. But it's like who we puffing on him over? You know what I mean?
So right now, Higgins ADP is 30 and going right behind Waddle, Diggs, Olave, and Cup. And then right above Devontae, DK, and Drake London.
Am I crazy to think like that he'll be more consistent than Olave?
Yeah. Well, no, you're not, because I think that too. I'd take him over Olave.
Yeah.
Even though Olave is the number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're talking about Joe Burrow, who's going to sling, upwards of 40 tutties. I mean,
4,500
50.
yards.
Listen, I've been going crazy on these MDMA psilocybin joints. I've been saying he's gonna go for 50, bro. Let's go, bold.
50 touchdowns.
In a pretty good division where they're gonna have to put up points. I mean,
in a conference,
Kidda said Waddle over
conference
Higgins and Olave over Higgins for Kidda.
Okay. I'm not. I tend to respect Kidda's. I like what Kidda does. I respect.
Waddle.
Have you noticed that? I agree a lot with Kidda because Kidda, he likes to question everybody's shit all the time.
Yeah.
For the right reasons, though, not just to be like a troll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And today I was trying, I ended up getting chased, but I was trying to get Cooper Kupp off of him, and he went straight for the throat. He's like Nick Bolton, and I was like, no,
Oh, Kidda.
He was like throwing Nick Bolton, we got a deal, and I was like, nope. And there was no words exchanged. It was just through counters. Because I know he knows how to dance, you know what I mean? And I was like, I'm not gonna dance with him no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I respect his opinion too much.
I like Higgins. I'm not a Higgins hater. Those are just great wide receivers.
No, for sure.
Both of them are
But
being
that's where I'm
drafted
at though.
right now. So yeah, for sure.
I think that the ability to go deep down in the field for Derek Carr, that he's shown that since 2018. So that's over half his career at this point. So it's not a fluke. And that's where Olave will shine. But how good of a team will they be? Will they require will it be necessary to continue to go down the field? You know what I mean? Playing from behind. I mean, I could say yeah, because I think Derek Carr sucks as fuck, and he'll have them playing from behind in a lot of games. But I think they're gonna nerf Derek Carr a lot. That's why I temper my expectations with Olave, especially with Frankenstein actually might be rising from the dead. Maybe.
I mean, I can see you. I love Olave, and there's a world that you can see. I mean, Derek Carr just fed the shit out of Devontae. Not saying Olave is Devontae, but I mean, Carr can feed a wide receiver regardless of what we think of him as an actual quarterback.
But have we? Here's the thing. Here's the argument. Outside of Devontae Adams, what's the other receiver Carr's ever done that with? Michael Crabtree?
No, Hunter Renfrow had over 100 catches.
Hunter Renfrow. Who's that?
He said Hunter Renfrow had over 100 catches.
Said he had over 100. He had over 100 catches.
No, but who was it?
Hunter Renfrow.
Wow, that was awesome. My bad. I was actually asking because I didn't know that. Wow.
But yeah, I mean, so yeah, there's a world where Olave can be a lot better. But don't forget, right? We just talked about Higgins, right? His fantasy points per game, right? Being 15, whatever it was, 15.6, I think it was, right? There was a game he only played 2 snaps and came out. That goes against his fantasy points per game.
So it
right?
might even skewed
and there was 2 of them. There was 2 games where he came out.
So you're telling me he can be even greater.
So you're saying he can be even greater but the question is, can he stay healthy? That's the big if.
Yeah, let's not forget Higgins was in the DeMar Hamlin game.
Okay, I mean
that game was about to go, yay!
And that's a crazy, and that's a pass heavy offense compared to the Eagles, who's a run first offense, who still produced 2 top 10 wide receivers. You're talking about a pass heavy offense with Joe Burrow. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Before we get to Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, what are we doing here? You're just completely passing the full curve. Redraft.
Wait, what was the question?
Joe Mixon. Before we get to Joe Burrow, you know what I mean?
I'm not a full pass on him. Let's see where he's actually going.
Because I'm fucking with Joe Mixon. I want to see where y'all
he's going. He's going ADP 60, right below Swift, Javonte, DK, right above Sanders and Aaron Jones and Pacheco. And seeing I would hope I'd take Aaron Jones and Pacheco over him, but I feel like I'm taking him over the next kind of group of guys that are there.
I'm not taking. I'll take Mixon over them. I think as we get closer to the season, we'll learn. We'll know more about, I guess, the situation or whatnot. Because I know they're like saying they might cut him. They want him to take less money, but they can't trade him. Nobody's gonna want him after all this legal shit that's been happening. So I mean, and we see teams even now they don't want to pay any of these guys. I mean,
Is that what
Alvin Cook
the
is still
ADP
out
is
there.
doing
All these
here?
running backs are still out there. These teams don't give a fuck about these running backs. Like they're just moving on, doing their thing. Like
Chase
they
Brown?
don't want to pay these dudes.
My man Chase Brown.
Yeah,
God
like
love
Could
Chase
be.
Brown.
I would guess they just pay one of the cheaper veterans maybe, but
I gotta think Dalvin Cook is fucking smoking crack, thinking he's about to get like 10.5 mil or whatever. Like the season.
yeah, that's way too much. They don't even want to pay. They didn't want to pay Eckler. We just saw that. They don't want to pay Zeke. They just cut him. I mean, they didn't want to pay Fournette. They just cut him. They're cutting these guys. They don't want to pay them, that money. And that's not to say Dalvin Cook isn't good. I still think he possibly has a year or two of like elite top 15 production left in him, but that doesn't matter what we think. It matters what the NFL wants to do, and they don't want to give this guy. That's why they don't want to pay him that much. They don't want to give him a 3-down workload. They're like, fuck that. Why do that? If I could just split you into two and pay you guys a lot less, like.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, Neil said he's high on something. Yeah, I mean, the writing's on the wall. Like only a few teams like have really gone out and paid like these running backs, and like I don't know, has it really ever turned into anything? Le'Veon Bell, like nothing. Todd Gurley, nothing. Zeke, nothing. CMC, I mean, it wasn't the 49ers, that paid him the money. Like it was the Panthers. Like what did it equate to? Like nothing.
I mean, listen, these guys had great runs. Dalvin Cook, I mean, Zeke, how many top 10 seasons these guys are giving you? I mean, that's all there is. That running backs are short-lived. I mean, to have a guy that lasts long is rare. So, this is just it is what it is at this age. They don't want to pay these guys more.
Yeah, and it's because every year there's just a new crop of like third-round running backs that could just like hit and turn into just a superstar. We've seen it. And even the superstars, most of them are lasting like 3 and 4 years, and really like that's it. Like there's a couple unicorns like AP and Derrick Henry, and we think CMC is going to be one as well. But yeah, I mean, not too much is out there. Yeah, look at Kid said Lions spending up for Gibbs is a thing, and he will be a focal point. Yeah, but he's not getting paid. Like, I mean, he's getting paid like a rookie. He's not getting paid like top 5, running back or anything. And the jury's still out. Let's see.
That's a good contract.
The way that he's fucking being hyped, like right now, I think people are gonna like get disappointed if he doesn't get like 80 receptions, rush for 100 yards, double-digit touchdowns. I mean, at least he's getting drafted just a couple spots behind Derrick Henry. And
am I in here? Oh, I am.
That's the thing that's crazy for Gibbs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the thing with Gibbs for me is that I think that his floor is an RB2. Like that's the thing, because we saw what Swift did last year on 50% of the snaps. So that's got to be his floor, right? I mean, they've spent the draft capital. I mean, they're going to obviously, keep him on the field more than 50% of the snaps. I mean, Swift just couldn't stay healthy, but I mean, he only played 14 games last year, 70 targets. I mean, so yeah, I mean, Gibbs is going to be involved and he's going to get the ball. So you're playing a full PPR, then yeah, I'm all for Gibbs. I think he can finish, probably a back end RB1 and mid RB1. I don't think he can finish top 5, but I think RB1 is definitely in the realm of possibility.
Okay, and guys last year, Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette,
what?
Najee Harris,
what?
Were those guys that
no, really? Can you guys hear me?
I
can't hear you.
Were those guys that we were super excited to like play like every single week?
Cool.
Dalvin Cook, Lenny Fournette, and Najee Harris. Were we like super excited to play those guys every week?
Not every week. I mean,
Leonard
Najee
Fournette,
towards the end, but
Lenny, yes, because it was Brady, and he was gonna get a greasy 5-6 targets a game.
fair.
Greasy, loved it. But no, other guys, fuck those other guys, and fuck all those guys this year. Even like unless Dalvin Cook ends up in Miami, because that's like the only spot I like him to land, bro.
Well, the reason I brought them up is because they were the 11th, 12th, and 13th running back finishes last year. I think it's pretty easy to make it into the top 12. A lot of it that always has to do with injuries and the guys who are getting injured and falling outside of the top 12. But I just think in RB 12, RB 13, even if he finishes there, we're not going to be that hyped. Like there's so many people that hate Najee like right now, and he finishes RB 13 last year.
All right, listen, bro. Najee's my cousin, bro. If anyone has a problem with him, bro, you have a problem with me, bro. Fuck that. But what's that? That's my cousin. Okay, Joe Burrow. What's some bold predictions here?
I have him ranked number 2, right behind Patrick Mahomes.
Let's go bold. I mean, can he be QB1?
I don't think he's going to be QB1, but I bet he flirts with 5,000, and I bet he throws for 4,500 yards. So I'm going to say 4,800 yards and 48 touchdowns.
I fucking love that. I fucking love that. Because I'm he's the mighty Sagittarius, so you know what I mean? Like, I just tend to favor those guys a lot because I am one. And Mighty Joe Young's just super cool while he's doing it.
Peace out, Crispy.
Peace out, Dad.
And Emil said Burrow wins MVP. I mean, me and Bogey have been talking about that, and a lot of it has to do with Orlando Brown and how
right? OB? The homie OB?
He's made fucking QBs into MVPs, and he's already been in front of Lamar and been in front of Mahomes for the MVP.
He is the MVP maker.
He really is.
He's done it twice already. And he's done it from both sides of the line. He's done it on the left side. He's done it on the right.
And that's why we haven't seen Higgins get paid yet, right? Because they went out and spent the bag on him.
Because that is just smart fucking money, dude. You know what I mean?
You take him away from Patrick Mahomes as well.
I mean, and the only reason the Chiefs had them is because the Chiefs they're lightweight, like the New England, all the way down to how they run their organization. And like, we're gonna trade for this guy who just started playing left tackle, and and he's playing his ass off, and we're gonna let him play out his rookie contract with us. And depending on how he, and what he wants, you know what I mean? And he showed out. For 2 years they were fucking dominant with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not that to say that they're not dominant. It just makes them that much better. I mean, was the Bengals not dominant? And now you have OB, bruh. What? Give me some time.
It'll make a difference. It really is.
What is man's greatest, most valuable, rarest? Actually, it's not rare. What is man's greatest, most valuable commodity?
What?
It's time, man.
Yeah.
Giving him extra time in the pocket. You like how I went philosophical and I took it right back to fantasy.
Yeah, like that's what's going to be crazy. Like Joe Burrow, he's already like king efficiency. Like now him going to be efficient with like a couple more seconds in the pocket to go down the field. Like it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. All right. Well, let's see. Hopefully Bogey gets back here in a second. We broke down all 4 of the AFC North teams. I'm not sure what division we're going to do next week. Maybe it'll be an NFC North division, and Stevie B can come back and talk some shit about the Vikings.
Yeah, my boys.
Yeah, let's see what's going to happen here. We're going to smoke another bowl. What are you guys smoking on right now? I just, what did I grab? I think I grabbed a bowl of is this the Donnie Runts? I think super fucking super dope here. Real terpy. Try to throw it up. Sometimes it doesn't do the justice in front of the screen here. But yeah, let's smoke it up. And make sure you go subscribe to the podcast, peeps. Fantasy Football Hustler and the Silver Screen Breakdowns. We're doing Drop Dead Fred this Friday. It is going to be a fun one. You do not want to miss that one. And I think Derek was right. He said we should do Pineapple Express. Get that in the mix. So I'm going to lobby for Pineapple Express to be in the mix within the next week or so as well. What Carl say? I thought it was slippers. What are you talking about?
You got to do the second one then too. What's the because it's not Pineapple Express 2, right? It's called something else.
They don't have a sequel for that one.
They don't?
No.
Which one am I thinking of? Shit. I don't know.
Ooh, Emil said do Friday after Pineapple Express. Man, yeah, those are some classics right there.
Friday.
Let me see. Let me look at the calendar. Yeah, we could because we have our July 7th podcast scheduled because we got one of my homies from a different podcast coming on to do Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey with us on July 7th. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna lobby for is Pineapple Express. Or actually, no, that wouldn't work. Yeah, because next week if we do a Pineapple Express, yeah, we'd have to do Friday 2 weeks after that. But yeah, I'm gonna lobby for that Pineapple Express and Friday. We'll get them on the dockets. And what do you got, Bogey? Anything before we get up out of here?
Give me money.
All right. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for the Wake and Bake, 8 West Coast time, 11 Eastern time. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Dynasty Life Stevie, shout it out, man. Let them know everything you got coming up.
What up? Tomorrow we got a show here. We're going over trading tomorrow. So we're going to talk about trading tips and all that on Dynasty 101 for tomorrow.
You should just give them screenshots of my last 3 weeks.
Sunday on my channel, I've got this guy Tigo coming on from Talking Jets with Tigo. So we're gonna talk Jets, find out kind of the inside scoop, what the fuck is going on over there. Get a little inside scoop. So talk some Jets on Sunday, but that's about it.
There we go. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And yeah, as always, we appreciate you guys rocking in. And Kidda said, Stevie B, add the IDP to your focus too. It's
yeah, it's tough, man. It's rough enough.
So much
content. Bring me on there. I always can make it sound like I know what I'm talking about.
So much content, so little time. That's why we go hard on the IDP because not a lot of people are doing it. But yeah, that's why you guys fuck with us because we're all about it. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, peeps.
Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, we living that. We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day,